I'm Smoky Culver. This is my poem, A Bull Named Taboo. They say there's not a cowboy in this world that you will find. A rider who's so good he can't be throwed. But on the other hand, though you may look, you will never see a bull that ever lived that can't be rode. But there's a legend that lives on in cowboy history about a hand they call the buckaroo. He climbed up on the biggest, meanest bramer ever known, a bull that had the fitting name Taboo. The buckaroo had earned a reputation through the land, respected by all cowpokes far and wide. He had wrapped his rope around the baddest of the bad. He knew there was no bull he couldn't ride. Now old Taboo was also known throughout the bucking clan. He'd made a name he'd never met defeat. And everybody knew someday these two would tangle up. There'd have to come a time when they would meet. It happened at a big West Texas rodeo one night. The buckaroo had just rolled into town. He wandered to the bullpen as the stock was driven in. A good time just to take a look around. Off in the corner, staring back with eyes so black and cold, on his left hip, a 666 tattoo. That bull looked down and snorted. When he stomped, he shook the ground. Cowboys, say hello to old Taboo. He looked just like a mountain with a hump that reached the sky. His horns were sharp and curved, just like a claw. He stood there like a statue as the buckaroo stared back and wondered if this was the bull he'd draw. Well, sure enough, it happened. They were matched up for the show. As fate would have it, he would be the one. He drew the bull the others were all hoping not to draw. He grinned and said, "Now let's go have some fun." The crowd was watching closely as that gate swung open wide. That bull jumped out with vengeance in his eyes. His hooves came down and plowed the ground. He went into a spin. Arena dirt was flying 10 feet high. The buckaroo just held his own and kept his balance well, anticipating every single move. The harder that old bull fought back, the madder he became. It seemed they both had something here to prove. The buzzer sounded after 8, qualifying ride. That bull just kept on bucking, wouldn't stop. Buckaroo just held on tight and spurred him right along. He paid no mind to that old timer clock. By now, the crowd was cheering. That bull plowed right through the fence. Buckaroo held on with all his might. Applause was loud as everyone stood up and tried to see. They watched him go completely out of sight. Nobody ever knew for sure what happened after that. No one seen the two of them again. But campfire stories keep this tale alive in cowboy lore. It may have even grown a bit since then. Now when the sky turns black and it's the middle of the day, lightning flashes, thunder crashes loud, a cyclone comes a-ripping through those vast West Texas plains and sends a trail of dust up to the clouds. It may just be a story, just a legend from the past, but folks still wonder, as we often do, about one big old bull and one great cowboy, and what if the buckaroo's still riding old Taboo.